I genuinely feel under attack. I feel I'm under attack as a racial group.
Funny, I didn't realize that contemptible pestiferous addlepate was a race.
Today, I was at the festivities that are now plaguing your national news channels in Charlottesville, Virginia.
This moron is Christopher Cantwell. He used to be a libertarian, and not a bad one at that. My only real problem was his calls for violent revolution. Yeah, he always seemed to be spoiling for a fight. But a few years ago, he started buying into race realism, and now describes himself as a racist and a fascist. Those words get thrown around way too much today, but in this clown's case, they fit, by his own admission.
To protest the removal of the statue of Robert E. Lee.
Who was not a white nationalist, by the way.
But I feel like people are trying to erase the history of my nation and my people.
Cantwell, you're from New York, so what do you mean, my people?
When they were jumping into our formation and there's hundreds of white nationalists marching towards a monument where we have a legal right to do so and we are cooperating with law enforcement, them getting into our formation puts them at risk. And so I pushed people out of the way.
Yeah, I don't care for Antifa any more than I care for these bozos. They did have a right to demonstrate, though, and although counter-protests are cool, obstructing people isn't. But my feeling, Cantwell, is that both of you, the white nationalists and Antifa, were there looking for a fight.
There were leftist counter-protesters at the statue, which was not supposed to be the case. That is the whole entire reason that we contacted law enforcement in the first place, was to prevent that from happening.
Cantwell, don't the counter-protesters have every bit as much of a right to be there as you?
The leftists were there. They were surrounding the thing. And I genuinely think that these people wanted to make martyrs of themselves. I really believe that's why they were there. They were surrounded and they were outnumbered and they attacked us anyway.
I want to be as fair as possible here, so I included that bit. His contention that it was Antifa who started the violence.
The picture that is presently my Facebook cover photo is a picture of me pepper spraying someone. And I hope it will be obvious to people who are combat trained that that individual was in a fighting stance in approaching me, and that is why I pepper sprayed him. He had already hit several of our guys. I was defending myself and the people that were with me. I also hit at least one other person because they pulled one of our guys and they wolf-packed him. There's a bunch of leftists got on top of one of our people, and I jumped on that pile and I hit someone in the back of the head several times. Once they got off of our guy, I got off of the person that I was hitting. And then I saw a woman who had an expandable baton, and she pulled it out and she was swinging it at our guys. And I thought that was a genuine threat to the fucking lives of the people there, and so I tackled her. And that was when I got pepper sprayed or maced at University of Virginia.
Okay, fair enough.
I want to be peaceful. I want to be law-abiding, okay? That was the whole entire point of this. And I'm watching CNN talk about this as violent white nationalist protests. We have done everything in our power to keep this peaceful, you know?
Here's the problem, Cantwell. You made Facebook post after Facebook post glorifying and gloating about what happened. Like this one where you say, "When one of you idiots makes me shoot you, I can show them to the jury. Pro tip, it doesn't count as self-defense if you announce it beforehand." Especially when you make statements implying you want things to escalate, like when you said, "It's going to be tough to top this weekend's festivities, but I think we just might be up for the challenge." I'm perfectly willing, until evidence to the contrary turns up, to take you at your word that this was all defensive. But I still don't think your side is completely innocent. I think you went there looking for a fight, and your gloating about it afterwards counteracts all your claims of being peaceful and innocent. Consider this one. The Tree of Liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of cosmopolitans and urbanites. This is a takeoff from the Thomas Jefferson quote about the blood of patriots and tyrants. Do you see the difference, Cantwell? Jefferson had both sides bleeding. You only had one, and it wasn't yours.
We are trying to make this peaceful. We are trying to be law-abiding, and our enemies will not stop. What options do we have left? If somebody would like to inform me of that, then I will be grateful to you. I really will.
Cantwell, I think it's pretty clear what you want. You want to maneuver things to where the only option you have left is violence, where you can justify preemptively striking at Antifa and maybe even the press and whoever else, all the while playing the innocent victim. Really, you're doing that as well as Black Lives Matter right now. Not that I'm defending Antifa in any way. I think both of you are reprehensible. And as far as I'm concerned, they can just lock you all together in an arena and let you kill each other all you want. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, why not hit like and subscribe? And to make sure I can keep producing content, support this channel by becoming a patron. And check out all the other great content here, like this video selected especially for you.